Mr. Fontana?
Yes, sir.
Hi, this is Alan Stout calling from the Times-Leader newspaper.
Oh, hi, Al.
How are you?
Fine.
When did you meet Elvis?
I met Elvis in 1954, the latter part of 1954.
Did you go to high school with him?
No, I was down, he's from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay. How did you meet him?
They had a show down in Louisiana. Louisiana Hayride was the name of it. It was a country show, basically. It had been going on for, years and years. Kind of like the Grand Ole Opry is now,
Okay.
Just a smaller version. And they had, hundreds of artists come in and out of there all the time. Hank Williams was there. Jim Reeves was there. They were talking about country artists,
Right.
So they had, just a lot of different people, and there was a big show for that part of the country, and they invited Elvis to come in and sing a few, him and Scotty Moore and Bill Black, the musicians he had.
Okay.
So I just happened to be there, to play if some of the guys wanted drums, whatever,
Right.
And they asked me, I said, well, yeah, we just might want to do it. Sure, we will, And it was kind of an accident. I just happened to be there, and they come in a couple more times, and they asked. I said, yeah, we can do that, And so it was just a gradual, starting together,
Right. That led to you actually recording with him.
Yeah, well, I stayed with him, then off and on, for all those years.
Right.
We went to Texas for 4 days, and he said, well, you want to go? I said, yeah, I'll go. And then, he just, they wasn't doing a lot of work. They didn't have a lot of work,
Right.
Because they was new, and nobody really knew them, so. But every time they'd get a few days here, a few days there, well, they'd call me. And it didn't really pick up until they started doing, like the television shows and things like that.
Did you appear with him on any of those programs?
Yeah, I did all the early shows, yeah.
You were on the Ed Sullivan show?
Yeah, Ed Sullivan, shoot, I've forgotten who, Milton Berles, and
right.
Just about all of them, yeah. Steve Allen.
You were on all of his famous performances from like 1956, around that area?
Yeah, that's that time period.
Right. And what was the first recordings that you did? Were you doing records? Did you play on the Jailhouse Rock?
I did Jailhouse, Don't Be Cruel, All Shook Up, Heartbreak Hotel. From Heartbreak Up.
I love the drums on Jailhouse Rock.
Yeah, and then Hound Dog, of course.
Oh yeah, they're great. That's great drumming. I'm a big Elvis fan, so it's really a pleasure to talk to you.
Oh, thank you.
And I was looking forward to it all day. How many? I guess so. When did you stop recording with him? Like in the early '60s, or?
Well, no, we did the movie tracks too.
Okay.
So I finished up. Well, the last thing I really did visually and played on the '68 special.
Oh, okay.
And that was the last time I worked with him.
Okay, so you could be seen in that video?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Oh, wow. From the time, now he died 9 years after that special was filmed.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have contact with him during those?
Yeah, I would go by and see him from time to time. I'd run into him, and sometime he'd come in, to Nashville to do some recording or whatever. And I'd run into him from time to time, go by and see him, talk to him for a while.
You always maintain a good friendship?
Yeah, we was always friends. That was the main thing.
Sure. What's your favorite story or memory of working with Elvis?
Oh, I don't know. I was just always impressed of what a gentleman he was. He was always kind to people, and he always spoke like, yes, ma'am, no, sir, thank you very much. He was always polite to people. And as he got bigger, he didn't have to be, but he kept that image. Well, he was born, he was raised like that, so that's the way he was taught, and when he was a little boy, so he never got rid of that attitude.
Right. Now I remember reading about him at some point that he was actually pretty, like, you would be an excellent person to ask about this. In the studio, when he was younger particularly, I think a lot of people have the image of him as being a singer who was given songs and had a band, and a lot of things fell into place for him, even though he had a wonderful talent for singing. But I actually read it where he had a lot of input into the production of some of his early records.
Well, he did all of it.
Really?
He was the final word.
So he was proficient on like a soundboard and control?
No. Well, he knew what he wanted to hear.
Okay.
And he knew how to some ungodly reason, he knew how to choose material that fit him, and he thought it would work.
Right.
And or we had producers, you know, we had guys, what I call them clock watchers.
Mm-hmm.
They'd sit behind the soundboard. So, oh yeah, Elvis, that's 2 minutes and 15 seconds. But that's about all they ever said.
Right.
He'd do it until he was satisfied, and then he said, "That's the one, take it." And they'd say, "Well, okay." And he was usually right.
Right. But he was a perfectionist with that stuff.
Yeah, he knew what he wanted to hear. Sometimes he couldn't explain to you, but when he heard it, he said, "That's what we need, guys. That's the one we want."
DJ, were you involved in was it a video that came out a few years ago, or called All the King's Men?
Yeah.
What exactly was?
Well, the video's not out yet. Actually, they're still working on that. It's a record, actually.
It was a record.
Yeah, it was. In fact, it was an album.
Okay.
And we had, it took us a year to do it. We had to get some guys we wanted. They were all working in different parts of the world. So we finally got Keith Richards, of course, with the Stones.
Right.
And we got Levon Helms and his band from up at Woodstock.
Okay.
And we got Ron Wood, Jeff Beck from England. We got Cut on the Mavericks, did one for us.
Okay.
A band out of Chicago did one for us, too. I can't think of the name of the guys. They had some hit records at different times,
Right.
So we had different ones, guys that we wanted to work with and have a good time with.
When you were starting to drum in rock and roll, it hadn't really been done before. There was no, in the late 50s or mid-50s.
There wasn't a lot of it at all.
So what did you base your, was Buddy Rich an influence in you?
Yeah, those are the guys I listened to.
Did you know him? Did you ever meet him?
No. Oh, yeah, I met Buddy, but
sure.
I didn't know him. Nobody knew Buddy Rich.
Right.
He was kind of a hard man to get to know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd listen to his records, and I listened to guys like Louis Bellson. He was with the Dorseys,
right.
Gene Krupa, of course.
Okay.
And just different, pop jazz drummers of the era.
Mm-hmm.
And not that I could play like them, but I enjoy listening to them.
Right.
And I think that combining that with and the blues and the gospel that Elvis and Scotty and Bill played, it somehow or another, it tied together.
Right. And so was it when you were playing drums on those records, was it kind of liberating? Did you realize you were doing something, maybe?
No, you don't think about those things. You're in there to cut a good record, you hope, and of course, Elvis always hoped they were hits, but you never know what a record's going to do,
Right.
And but we all strive for the same thing, to do the best job we could and get the best record we could. And just everybody play what you want to play, and if it didn't work, we'd try something else. And when it finally got to where it felt right, then you'd say, "That's the one we need. That's the way we need to play it."
Were you surprised when you found out that he passed away?
Oh, it was a shock. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I guess it was. Yeah. With a guy like Elvis, I guess a lot of people had it in their minds. Well, Elvis will never die. There'll always be an Elvis.
Right. When was the last time that you had seen him before he died?
I'm trying to think. It was 2 or 3 years, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. Because after that, I kept, hearing things and watching television, and the newspaper said, well, Elvis was in a hospital, Elvis was sick, Elvis was not feeling good. There was always something, it seemed.
Right.
I didn't want to go by the house. I said, well, man doesn't feel good. You don't want to go by and talk to him, and he's not feeling just right. So, why bother the man? Let him rest a while.
Right. DJ, I really appreciate talking to you today. It's really been a treat for me.
Well, you're going to get a chance to come up next week?
I hope I'm going to come up to the show, and if I do, I'll make sure you get a copy of the story.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I appreciate that.
And, it'd be really a pleasure to shake your hand.
Yeah,
For you, I just wanted to talk about music, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, good. Thanks for calling.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye-bye.
Have a great day.
Okay.
Bye.